Hey Libra, I hope you guys are doing amazing. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Welcome to the Cosmic Soul Tribe. If you feel like you are different than most people, you have deep empathy, you're sensitive to energy, you want to see the world be a better place, you want to see people uplift and heal and grow and expand, then this is definitely the place for you. If you're new, if you have been here and a part of this, thank you guys for returning. Thank you for supporting. And I appreciate you guys more than you really even know, to be honest. Thank you guys for being patient for real with me because I know I've been going through some stuff, but I'd rather return back healed, I don't want to pour more toxic into the world. I want to be healed and add more love and purity, things that aren't really added fully, all the time from people. So we need more healed people doing things. We don't need more unhealed people doing things. So taking time to heal is the most selfless thing you can do, and I care about you guys so much that I've been doing the best I can to heal as much as I can, to be as purified as I can, to come through and give you guys a sense and touch of some light and some love and some joy and all that. But here we have the Taurus's energy, also Virgo and Capricorn, but also we got Five of Cups, which is the Scorpio's energy. And then the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse is also a Virgo again. So heavy on the Virgo, Taurus, and then Capricorn and Scorpio. We have the full moon in Scorpio coming up on May 12th, by the way, the day after Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all beautiful mothers out there. Either way, even pet mothers, mamas that are, got animal babies. But either way, all animal babies matter. We also got a dog here that's significant. We got a goat over here too. It can be significant to a fish as well with the mermaid, right? Either way. So the fact being, we have the fact of the Page of Pentacles being here is like you guys are really uplifting individuals. You're grounded though, like you are grounded, and I really have the sense of groundedness towards everybody that you enter in a room with, or if they come to your house, whatever it may be. It kind of stabilizes their emotions. Is the point that I'm trying to make. The mood of whatever they were in stabilizes when they are in your atmosphere around you specifically. So you give off this warmth and balanced feeling, which helps people to center. But you've been going through emotions too. So there's been things that you specifically have been feeling sad about, and maybe you've cried a little bit here or there. You maybe have watched a movie or a show that had made you like tear up, and all things with tears are a form of release. So it's not a bad thing to be crying. It's not a bad thing to be feeling sympathy for something that maybe even just be made up, whatever it may be. It's still the fact that you're allowing something inside you to feel recognized that you don't even realize is being recognized, and you are able to make you feel healed with your crying for it. And that's the point. Sometimes we don't recognize things, but we'll watch something and we'll see something and we'll envision it in a sense. We feel deeply for it, but during the time that we're watching, it was all aligned for us to be able to be to that point. It's just all the way life works. Life connects us in those ways. And so you guys have been healing a lot of things, which is a good thing to be doing, because the energy of the full moon in Scorpio is transformative. It's a death and a rebirth. That's the thing, is that it's like the veil has been thinning, and the moment that the full moon opens the door, because it will be fully extended at the time of the full moon, will it be able to walk through this doorway, and will feel lighter than ever before, because we allowed certain things and particles of ourselves that were holding negativity or holding any kind of grudges or any kind of harmful, hurtful, unhealed things. We're allowing to be released and healed, and we're receiving new things to replenish those things we release. So that's perfect. You're right on time wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Also, there's been some unstable situations maybe around the household, and or maybe around your work or career. And I want to tell you, you're not alone in that. There's been a lot of struggles, right? We all kind of struggle, but there's been a lot more. There's been, what really is happening is everything that people keep having, the fear mongering and stuff like that. People are really fearful. People are really scared. That energy is going to be felt everywhere. That energy is going to rub off on everybody everywhere. That's why it's so important to just really cleanse yourself, get yourself into a purified energy, and heal yourself, so that you're pouring from a healed cup, not an unhealed cup, Anyway, there's that. There's so many things that are happening in the world that have caused people to be radiating that fear. Okay, and that's causing a lot of more problems right now. And so it has really nothing to do with you. It really has nothing to do with what you are doing. No, it's really what's happening in the world. So the best thing to do is just pray for the world, give them a loving thought that everything should be working the way it's supposed to. And you got to trust that. And there's nothing you can do to control that. So just try to release that control and live for your life right now in the moment that you have at the time you have it, because you don't know what's going to happen. So you might as well enjoy it at the time you have it. Literally, that's just the way it should be. So just pray for the world that they have that, really, and then allow yourself to kind of release that pressure and move on to what it is you've been wanting to desire and manifest. Because if you're going to tell a prayer and say, everybody, hey, live in the moment, then you're going to live in that prayer and know that's exactly what you're going to do right after you send that prayer. You're going to start living in the moment. If you want other people to, follow the lead in a sense, you're going to live in that lead. And then you're going to help other people find that they can lead themselves by doing in a sense of what they saw by you. And that's exactly what you want. You don't want people to follow your lead fully. You want people to always understand that within themselves they have that leadership skill, that they can be their own leader. We don't need a bunch of followers. We need a bunch of leaders. Anyway, so there's been some things that have been kind of ungrounded or unbalanced for you. Maybe some financial struggles specifically. But either way, and there's just been a lot of emotional burdens that you've just been releasing. And honestly, you should give yourself a pat on the back. Just because the rest of the world seems to be falling apart because you're going through this does not mean stop giving into the things you're doing for yourself. Like, it's really a test to see what you'll do. And if you really pass this test, to see if you will actually allow God to take control of the exterior and allow yourself to be in control of your interior. That's really what's happening right now, okay? On the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess in the reverse. So there's some things you just haven't been aware of, but you're being brought the awareness to right now. Like, and it's been happening maybe over the course of the last couple of days. You've been listening to something or seeing symbols or whatever, and you've been looking up angel numbers, whatever they be signifying to you, specifically signaling. Maybe there's somebody that said something, or you overheard something, or you saw something specifically about somebody talking about something in particular, and it made you feel some type of way, or it made you have some kind of self-realization or something in that sense. Whatever it may be, there's some things you've been really starting to be picking up on more awareness. Like, you've been picking up more of the things and being more aware of things than you were in the maybe even just a month or 2 months ago. You could have been having a lot of distractions. You could have, whatever. There's reasons for us not really being fully aware. So that's not your fault. Like, nobody's at fault for this. It's just the way it is. And you got to know that the alignment isn't the alignment. It's all divine timing. It's all perfectly aligned to whatever you are doing at the time you're doing exactly what you need to be doing. Even if it's a mistake, even if it's this, or even if it's that, whatever it may be, there's something for the future timeline that is happening at that time. You would not understand it at that moment, but you will understand later. There's plenty of times now you can look back and you can see that I didn't understand that at the time, but I understand it now. So exactly, you got to think of it like that. Just in that sense, it's always going to do that. Life is like that. So the test is, are you going to allow yourself to release the control, the things that you cannot control, and then only take care and control of the things you know you can. So basically, utilizing the serenity prayer. Okay. Behind that would be and you know what, flipped out in the upright too. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse is the sense that there's been a lack of cohesion or a lack of communication. Maybe in this household, or maybe in this work environment, career situation, whatever it may be, that's causing you to feel the imbalance. Okay. There's been some pain too. Maybe there's some evil eye energy, or the Page of Swords in the reverse, or there's been some gossip, or people just spreading nasty rumors that don't need to be spread. There's an emotional and spiritual awakening that's actually going to speed you forward. So that's actually beautiful to know that. Let's get a few of these. So being confident is what you need to be doing right now. Confidence is the key, basically. You also have something to do with a Pisces. It could be a Pisces moon sign. It could be a Pisces north node. Could be a Pisces specifically, whatever it may be. If you know somebody between the birthdays of February 18th and February 19th, some people don't like February 18th being the Pisces, so February 19th to March 20th, pretty much, or the 21st. Sometimes people don't like the 21st being Pisces either, so it's always the cusp, really, between those 2 days. But we have confident in Pisces, and this is a Virgo on Pisces energy with the High Priestess, okay? But it came out in upright, so obviously you guys are really scoring some real good points right now with God and the higher ups and your spirit team. But with the confident, we're going to find out what this energy is trying to say. Strong influence. See, the more confident you are doing what you do, living in your life the way you know you can stride, basically in the confidence of what you said to the world, You know, everything's going to be okay. Just focus on what you have today. And that's exactly what you're going to be confident doing, which is a strong influence to the rest of the world. But, like, that's exactly what that's about. Maybe there's Pisces in your chart specifically that's been needing to be pointed to. And maybe a Pisces, like, in your Venus or something, or Pisces in the second house or something like that, right? Not a waste of time, whatever this Pisces is in, whatever it's activating, whatever it's doing, it's not a waste of time. Some of you could feel like, you know, what Pisces resembles, right? Also, overcoming challenges. Some of you may be overeating, but I'm going to tell you also, I'm telling everybody because this eating thing is actually coming up a lot. But Taurus season, you got to think about Taurus and food, right? Taurus love food. Taurus is about nourishment, right? It's about growth. It's like the throat chakra. You gotta think about throat. Throat is what? It's to the taste buds, to the mouth, to the teeth, to the chew, to the tummy. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yes, it's about food, and we can't just like expect ourselves to lose weight during a Taurus season. That's just like almost irrational in a sense, because Taurus is about food. Yes, this be time to like maintain your weight and make sure you're careful about what you're eating, but you know, don't like neglect yourself and think you can't eat, because that's not the case. You need to be able to eat. You need to be able to give love to yourself. In Gemini season, you'll have a better chance at being able to lose the weight if you really did gain anything, you know, specifically. But for this like month, Taurus season, it's really the best time to be like bulking up or like gaining weight. If that's something somebody wanted to do, gain muscle, whatever it may be, this would be the best time for that, because food is really something we'll all find ourselves having. Even though some of us may even have like less money, we're still gonna find ourselves eating some food. It doesn't even matter. It's just weird, but it's the way it works, and it's actually okay, because it's just the way that the whole system of the zodiac just aligns in those ways. It's just how it works. I don't really know. I just understand it to the point of just trusting, and that's just the way it goes. So either way, let's find a little bit more. Strong influence emotionally. Okay, see, you're a strong influence to those that are emotionally disconnected or drained. When you tell them, because they're disconnected and drained because of everything that's happening in the world, that everything's rubbing off on them wrong and making them fear things and making them want to disconnect, want to not even be a part of it. So when those people being disconnected emotionally and drained emotionally, you walk and you say your prayer to the world, because you can say a prayer to the world. You pray for the world. Literally, I pray for the world every day. And I pray for things to change, and I pray for things to get better, and I pray for all the things that need to be happening, that happen in the best types of ways. Like, God is intervening. God is doing what he has to do. And I trust that, but I pray for it because I know that I believe in it, so I'm going to pray for it. But when you pray and you allow yourself to be heard by these people that are emotionally disconnected or drained, maybe that's exactly what your power is, or your gift is to connect to those that are really disconnected. The reason they're disconnected is because of what? They don't want to see the world like that. Obviously, you didn't either. So you had to really step up into that power and know what you had to do. So now you're going to be preaching that and stepping into it, rising to it, and helping those to strongly influence them to finally reconnect and know and refuel their emotions in ways that are to speak up. Utilize that fire. When you're angry, you need to express it. When you're upset about something, express it. Say what you got to say. You know, don't be a robot, because we're not robots. We're supposed to have emotions. Humans are not supposed to be just walking around being a robot, being whatever they try to say that we are. But that's not true, obviously. Then we have, with the Pisces, and not a waste of time, learning to say no as a complete sentence without guilt. Oh, yes, I love that one. So it's not a waste of time to just learn to say no. No. And you don't have to feel guilty. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to have a reason. You don't have to have an explanation. You don't have to tell somebody a lie just because you don't want to get. You don't want to go somewhere to say I don't want to go anywhere. I just don't feel like it. I just don't want to. If you don't want to do this or want to do that, whatever it may be, say no. If you don't want somebody to come over, say no. If you don't, you know what I mean? Like, if you really don't want it, just say no. It's really not that hard. You don't have to be like, my mom said I'm grounded, so I can't come over. Or my mom said I can't do this. Or my boyfriend or my fiance or my husband or my wife or my whatever, they said I can't. No, just say no. Because you don't want to. Quit making somebody else look bad. Just, you know, you don't want to, so say no. And if you say that you're sick all the time, I'm sorry, I feel sick all of a sudden, I don't know what's wrong, then you're gonna really you're manifesting that. You're basically like, hey, yeah, let me actually be sick because I don't want to do this, so let me actually be sick. No, you don't want to do that either. So really just allow yourself to just say no, because it means no, and no is the perfect answer at times. So yeah. And I do feel like it's something to do with the Pisces in your chart. They're just finally sick and tired of giving and giving, or finding themselves in situations that they felt weird about, that they didn't want to go, and then they, you know what I mean? And we finally get tired of like having to like make up things to say no. Like, it's stupid. Why do we have to do that? Just say no. It's fine, because you finally get fed up to the point you're irritated to the point where no, it's just affirmative. It's a no now. Like, I don't care. I don't care how you feel about it. Go, cry me a river or something, or whatever. Maybe cry in the bathtub and take a bath in it. I don't care. Basically, that's the feeling of that. But anyways, Virgo, and Libra, that is Libra. So yeah, this is significant. Let's get one message. Be less vague and more descriptive. Be less vague and more descriptive. Being confident, being that strong influence when you're saying things like prayers, be descriptive in the prayer that you're praying, okay? Don't be vague about it. Utilize your entire emotion towards it. Even if you're angry, even if you're sad, even whatever emotion that comes with that prayer is going to be felt by God, and that's exactly how you're supposed to show up. That's exactly what He wants. So even if you're angry and you're mad, you're like, God, I can't believe you would do something like this. Why would you act like have this happen? Why is this happening? You know what? That's fine, because that's your emotion. That's how you're supposed to feel. And God had already told me multiple times I wasn't allowed all these emotions to be a part of you if you weren't supposed to have these emotions be experienced. So yep, there it goes. Boom. That was perfect enough for me. So I'm allowed to be angry if I'm angry. I'm allowed to be sad if I'm sad. I'm allowed to be happy if I'm happy. I'm allowed to be excited if I'm excited. I can laugh if I want to laugh. I can do what I want to do. I can feel how I want to feel, and I have no problem doing it because God said I could do it. God said it's okay. Nobody else needs to say that's okay, because it's not between me and anybody else. It's between me and God. Right? So that's exactly what this is saying. Be less vague and more descriptive. When you're talking, you talk the whole whatever kind of emotion. You gotta say you're angry, and then you gotta cry about it, and you gotta whatever kind of prayer is working. It's working. Doing what you're doing, saying what you're saying, carrying the way you're carrying, it's working. And I'm getting chills literally. So you got to think about it. It's really working. Everything you do is part of the entirety of what this is divinely orchestrated to be. So just know that you're very important to the factor of life, and you're beautiful inside and out. And there's nothing more that you need to know right now at this time. I'm going to let this be the way it is. I hope that it helped you in any way it could, because this was fascinating. This was fantastic. This means I'm not alone. So thank you for that. Really. Have a beautiful rest of your day.